Here's what I want you to focus on. Natalie, how you doing? I want you to focus on quality over quantity. Oftentimes people think about quantity over the quality. Even when you go to the gym, I want you to focus on quality reps rather than putting 300 pounds on the rack. 300 pounds doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, what means something is the contraction when it comes to your muscles. Same thing when it comes to trading. We are so focused on the P&L hitting 1,000, hitting 500. How about only going for profitable setups? How about assessing your trades on whether or not that was a profitable setup? Was that actually a good trading setup? That's what I really want you to focus on. I really want you to focus on the quality of your trade. So we will definitely go into more depth when it comes to that. A couple of different things that I want you to do and I want you to think about is that investors are returning from summer vacation. It's September. We're getting into Q4. Everyone's getting back from summer vacation. That's the reason why July and August, we had a low volume. We had a lot of low volume across the board. You should definitely see the volume spike up and the charts to become a bit more volatile the next couple of months, especially this month of September. Inflation CPI data. You know, King Lettermore asked a very good question the other day. He asked, you know, Chris, what are the different things that you take into account when it comes to your trading? I take into account metrics. I take into account numbers. And the numbers that I do take into account is the inflation CPI data. So here's the question. Will this guy do it again for us? And what do I mean by this? This is Powell. And Powell, last time he talked about how he does not care about what happens when it comes to the financial stability of individuals here in the US. All he cares about is hitting the target when it comes to inflation, right? So whatever he says tomorrow morning, right? Tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, please mark your calendars. The investors will be joining this call to understand what is the CPI data for the month of August. Investors right now are expecting CPI to come down to 8.1% from 8.5% last month. I'm telling you, this is what everyone's waiting for. Today was a phenomenal day when it comes to stock options. Also, when it comes to Forex, I'm trading more Forex now as of late than stock options. It's just more lucrative. But every single market, whether it is crypto, whether it is futures, whether it is Forex, they're waiting for tomorrow's CPI data. It is really going to happen. What happens if we don't hit that number? Phenomenal question. If tomorrow, we go to, let's say we go from 8.5% and we go up to 8.7 or 9.1 or 9.2, it will be lots of blood in the market. Right. So it's definitely going to get real. One of the things about the stock market is that the stock market, it reacts based off of, anticipation. So even if we go just 1% up, it will definitely get bloody. So again, please keep into account tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. We are waiting to hear more about CPI data. Can someone tell me what is the inflation target that the Federal Reserve has in mind? What is the quota, the metric, right? 2%. 2%. We are at 8.5%. So we have a long way to go. And at the end of the day, Powell said that he is strongly committed. He does not care about increasing the interest as long as we get back down to 2%. So again, 2% is definitely the metrics. On top of that, we are also still in earnings season. We have a couple of notable customers here or notable organizations that are reporting earnings. After close today, we have Oracle. Keep in mind, Oracle is a phenomenal enterprise, moves extremely well. It was up about 2% pre-market. So that's definitely one that I will take into account. Whoever's writing on my screen, I appreciate it. You have wonderful skills. Wednesday, we also have IronNet, which is another great customer. And then Thursday after close, we have Adobe, right? The only ones that I would really pay attention to are Adobe and also Oracle. These are great powerhouses and also great companies, part of the S&P 500. That should definitely move very well. Again, earnings are a gamble. There's no sort of strategy for earnings. As much as people want to aim that they have a strategy, there's no strategy. It all depends on the market makers and how they want to react to the earnings. The 10-year yield curve is something that I highly recommend every single person to take note of. At the end of the day, right now, or last week, we closed above 3.3%. And the whole scope behind the yield is that as the yield continues to go up, stocks come down. So as the yield continues to go up, stocks come down. This morning, we were at 3.28. Again, we should hopefully, if we get good inflation data, the metrics tomorrow, this should hopefully come back down to 3.1 or if not 3.0. But this is one of the metrics, another metric that I do keep into account when it comes to the overall health of financial markets. A continuation when it comes to layoffs. Tech companies are not the only firms cutting staff. Goldman is preparing layoffs too. So the financial market, the financial sector, they're looking to follow tech companies when it comes to laying people off. Goldman Sachs is definitely one of them. There's also rumors that Visa and also Morgan Stanley, they will continue or they are preparing to lay people off. Microsoft was for sure one of the companies that I know of personally that were part of laying people off earlier this summer. Also Snapchat, Netflix, and also Shopify. What is my recommendation? My recommendation is to become unreplaceable. That is my recommendation. I keep saying this 1,000 times, but I need you to become, read that fast. I said it. Oh, yeah. I need you to become unreplaceable. Lots of times, oftentimes people, especially on social media, they try to downplay having a 9-to-5 or having a career. Again, please block out the noise. Having a career, having a 9-to-5 is probably one of the best things that people can do. What you want to do is that you want to use your 9-to-5 and your career to be able to fund your investments and also your entrepreneurship career. Become unreplaceable. You got to become the person, again, that if you leave, the entire operation is definitely down. This is one of the ways that you can actually beat being laid off. So more skills. And again, you always got to think about, what are you actually contributing? More than oftentimes, people, we are takers. We're very selfish. It's always about us, right? And when it comes to even being part of a 9-to-5, being part of a corporation, we know that we can do more, but we don't do it. Why? Because we don't have that title. So instead of just taking, also give and provide value and actually contribute to the performance and the operations of any organization. At the end of the day, I'm saying this because this is what really got me to being successful at Microsoft. I told myself I'm going to become unreplaceable, where if I leave, this whole shit is down, right? So, and that's the exact same thing that I want you to focus on as well. Bristol Myers stock jumps as it just got approved for the psoriasis drug. This is now a FDA approved drug. So biotech companies should definitely be up today. Bristol Myers was up about 6% this morning. Keep an eye on that. If you are currently invested in the biotech sector, Bristol Myers one is definitely one of the powerhouse. And Darius, we need to have a conversation about tech jobs, low level to high level. Yes, we should definitely have a conversation about tech jobs. I keep being an advocate, and I will continue to be an advocate for tech jobs. The reason why is because that is one of the easiest ways to actually realize generational wealth. I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you because I have people in the same sector that I'm in, and they're very successful, and they are also entrepreneurs, and it just makes life a lot easier. And at the end of the day, when it comes to tech, you do not have to be technical to be in tech. There's different hats that you can actually play. So I highly agree that we should definitely have that discussion, and we should actually have a roadmap. It's not just about the discussion. It's really about what's the roadmap. Depending on your skill set, what are the different avenues that you could go down to? I'm telling you, we can go crazy. The reason I'm telling you, I say this with passion, like right now, like I say this with passion because this is what we need. This is what we need. We need a roadmap. We need a framework for those that you want to get out of your career and you have a certain skill set or you have a certain personality trait. Here's the tech role that would apply to you, right? And again, cybersecurity is definitely one of the ones that I really love out here, right? So we should definitely talk about that, Janet and Magda. We should definitely talk about bringing that here